You think you know yourself, right? You know your strengths, you know your weaknesses, you believe your decisions are rational, that you see the world with perfect clarity, and that you totally get why you succeed or fail. What if I told you you're probably wrong? There are these hidden mental traps, psychologists call them cognitive biases, that are secretly sabotaging your success, wrecking your relationships, and keeping you stuck in a loop of the exact same mistakes. These aren't just quirky bad habits, they are fundamental flaws in your thinking. They're shortcuts your brain takes that feel right, but lead you straight down the wrong path, causing you to misjudge your own talent, ignore critical facts, and justify choices you know are bad for you. Ever feel stuck, like you're just not hitting your potential? Do you make the same mistakes over and over, wondering why things never seem to click? That's not bad luck. That's the direct result of self-deception. But what if you could break free? What if you could learn to spot these lies and finally see yourself with brutal, unflinching honesty? In this video, I'm going to expose the 4 most dangerous lies you tell yourself. More importantly, I'll give you the practical tools to see yourself honestly and reclaim your life. This isn't about beating yourself up. This is about taking back control. And hey, if you're ready to stop the self-sabotage and start making real progress, make sure you subscribe and hit that notification bell. I drop videos every week on mastering your psychology for a better life, and you don't want to miss what's next. Lie number 1. My beliefs are based on facts. The first and most common lie is the idea that your opinions come from objective, rational analysis. The truth is, they mostly don't. We tend to form a belief first and then spend the rest of our lives looking for evidence to prove it. This is called confirmation bias. It's your brain's shady habit of cherry-picking information that proves you right while conveniently ignoring anything that proves you wrong. Think about it. If you believe you're a terrible public speaker, you will fixate on every and ah, every nervous tick, every person in the audience who looks even slightly bored. You'll see it all as ironclad proof of your incompetence. But you'll completely gloss over the applause at the end, the people who came up to you with compliments, and the simple fact that you got your message across. So you're not really seeing reality. You're just seeing your own beliefs reflected back at you. This lie is so crushing because it creates a self-fulfilling prophecy. If you believe you're unlovable, you'll see every unanswered text or canceled plan as deep rejection, which reinforces the belief and makes you act in ways that actually push people away. If you believe a political candidate is a hero or a villain, you'll only consume news that confirms it, waving away anything else as fake news or biased. You get trapped in an echo chamber of your own design, and your personal growth grinds to a halt. You stop taking risks because you already know you'll fail. So how do you escape? You have to switch from being a belief defender to a truth seeker. First, actively seek out dissenting opinions. Make it a rule. Every day, read one article or watch one video that challenges one of your core beliefs. Don't go into it looking for a fight or trying to debunk it in your head. Your goal is to genuinely understand the other side. Follow people on social media you disagree with. Ask a friend you trust to play devil's advocate and really challenge your assumptions. It's going to feel uncomfortable. Lean into that feeling. That's the feeling of your worldview expanding. Second, get real with yourself through journaling. Don't just write about your day. Write down a belief and then force yourself to argue against it. For example, write, "I believe I'm not a creative person." Then list every single piece of evidence from your life that might prove that wrong. Did you ever solve a weird problem at work? Tell a story that made your friends laugh. Come up with a really unique gift idea. By forcing yourself to find contradictory evidence, you snap the confirmation bias loop. Lie number 2. I know what I'm doing. The second lie is a weird paradox of confidence. It's called the Dunning-Kruger effect. And honestly, it's one of the most humbling things to learn about yourself. The effect basically shows that in many areas, the people with the least skill are the most likely to think they're experts. In other words, they're too incompetent to even recognize their own incompetence. You've seen this a million times. The amateur singer who's absolutely certain they're the next global superstar but can't hit a single note. The new investor who gets lucky once in a rising market and suddenly thinks they're the next Warren Buffett. The relative at dinner who read one article online and now speaks with absolute authority on quantum physics. This happens because the skills you need to be good at something are often the exact same skills you need to recognize how bad you are at them. You need a good ear for music to know you're off key. You need a deep understanding of markets to realize your first big win was just dumb luck. This is the dual burden of the effect. Not only do these people perform poorly, but their incompetence robs them of the self-awareness to even see it. This lie is so silent killer of success because it shuts down your ability to learn. If you think you're already an expert, why would you ever ask for feedback? Why would you study or practice? This delusional confidence leads to terrible decisions, embarrassing failures, and a total stall in your personal growth. The antidote is a dose of radical humility and a commitment to objective feedback. First, just assume you have blind spots. In a professional setting, one of the best tools is 360-degree feedback, where you get anonymous input from your boss, your coworkers, and even the people who report to you. For your personal life, find a few people you trust to be brutally honest and ask them, what's one thing you think I could improve on that I might not see in myself? And then brace yourself. Don't argue. Don't get defensive. Just listen and say, thank you for telling me that. Second, base your self-image on hard data, not just feelings. Instead of just feeling like you're a great leader, use proven tools like a Big 5 personality assessment or Strengths Finder to understand your traits. Instead of assuming you're productive, track your time for a week and see where the hours actually go. Honesty needs evidence, and your feelings of competence, they're not evidence. By constantly seeking outside feedback and objective metrics, you replace delusional confidence with real self-awareness. Lie number 3, everything always goes wrong. The third lie you tell yourself is that your life is just one long series of failures and letdowns. This isn't because your life is actually worse than anyone else's. It's because your brain is hardwired with something called a negativity bias. This just means that bad experiences, insults, and mistakes have a much bigger psychological punch than good ones. Think about your day. You might get 10 compliments, but you'll lie awake all night thinking about the one critical comment. You can have a whole week of wins at work, but you'll obsess over the one tiny mistake you made. Your brain is like Velcro for bad experiences and Teflon for good ones. This was great for our ancestors. Remembering the one poisonous berry was a lot more important for survival than remembering 100 tasty ones. But in our modern world, it's just wrecking our mental health. This lie is so destructive because it eats away at your self-esteem and motivation. It convinces you that trying is pointless and that failure is inevitable. It makes you pessimistic and afraid to take risks, stopping you from jumping on opportunities because you're already bracing for the worst. It can even poison your relationships, as you're far more likely to dwell on your partner's flaws than their amazing qualities. To fight this, you have to consciously and deliberately shift your focus. The first technique is to actively savor the good stuff. When something positive happens, no matter how small, don't just brush past it. Pause for 20 or 30 seconds and really let it sink in. Did a coworker praise your work? Stop! Close your eyes and replay their words in your head. Feel that flicker of pride. Enjoying a great cup of coffee? Actually savor the smell and the taste instead of just chugging it. This simple practice of savoring builds new pathways in your brain, helping it to register and hold on to positive moments. The second, and maybe the most powerful technique, is to keep a win journal. Every single night before bed, write down 3 things that went well that day and what you did to make them happen. These don't have to be huge. I finished that awful report is a win. I chose a healthy meal instead of junk food is a win. I had a nice chat with a stranger is a win. This forces your brain to scan your day for positives, actively fighting the negativity bias. over time, it completely rewires your perspective, proving that things aren't always going wrong. You just weren't paying attention to what was going right. Line number 4. I meant for that to happen. This final lie is the sneakiest because it kicks in after you've already made a bad call. You know that cringy, uncomfortable tension you feel when your actions don't line up with your beliefs? That feeling has a name: cognitive dissonance. And to get rid of that tension, your brain tells a sneaky lie called rationalization. You buy an expensive jacket you can't really afford. The dissonance is the clash between "I'm a financially responsible person" and "I just did something irresponsible." To fix it, you rationalize. But it was 50% off. I deserve a little treat. Or a quality jacket is a long-term investment.